February. Hey, I tell you what, do that often. It's good core workout. I'm telling you, man. Of course, I've already got abs that are prize winning, but you want to keep those up. Fam, listen, let's get right into this. Niners have been nonstop in the media spotlight, as you know, because of the addition of rookie quarterback Trey Lance and as a potential destination landing spot for wide receiver. I'm out of here, Julio Jones out of Atlanta, right? Meanwhile, and I've been noticing this the whole time, I just didn't take it seriously. What has also been consistently underway is a search for a veteran tight end. Have you noticed that? Every time you look up, the 49ers are bringing in a tight end to look at. And a lot of times you see a name, it's a ho-hum thing. You don't really get it. So, you just keep going. But the 49ers have been constantly looking for a tight end. Tonight, let's go ahead and we'll be taking your phone calls for your take on the Niners' seemingly intense search for a veteran tight end and a possible return of ex-49er that should have never been thrown out. Tight end Delaney Walker. When you think about it, back in the day when they would try to make a decision because they couldn't pay both Delaney Walker and Vernon Davis, right? Did you have mixed emotions back at that time? See, because Vernon was already kicking ass. And so, you figure, okay, we can't really keep him, And Delaney went on to have a better career. Well, did he have a better career than Vernon? I mean, together they would have been just ridiculous. But then again, maybe Delaney doesn't develop to the level that he did as long as he's running next to Vern. Anyway, too late now. By the way, according to ESPN's Adam Schefter, the New York Jets are signing former San Francisco 49ers defensive end Ronald Blair. What? I couldn't believe it when I first read it. Blair visited with the 49ers in April and reportedly underwent a physical. However, no signing followed, and we should have known from that. I made assumptions. You may have done the same thing that we had no business making. I just assumed, okay, he called him in. There was no other follow-up on that. I guess he's going to be a 49er this year. We got depth at defensive end. We got depth at defensive end. Ronnie Blair. Because we had just lost Kerry Hyder, right? So you figure Ronnie Blair, Kerry Hyder goes to, should I say the name? He goes to Seattle where everybody goes. And, Ronnie Blair can take up that slack. No, he's not. That bothered me. I didn't want to see that. Anyway, he's with Robert Saleh. I like Ronnie Blair, and Saleh loves Ronnie Blair. So he's in a good place. We just have to just feel good about it for him too. Fam, let's get right into this. Delaney Walker was drafted by the Niners 15 years ago and matured and progressively became a multidimensional weapon, as you saw in Tennessee, and a damn good one too. He'll just have turned 37 when the Niners play their exhibition opener in August, and he just might be back in a 49ers uni. Maybe. D. Walker, who spent his first 7 seasons with the Niners, will work out for Coach Shanahan tomorrow, according to NFL Network's Mike Garafolo. Also expected to work out is McCole Pruitt, a former teammate of Walker's on the Tennessee Titans, with whom Walker played 7 years before sitting out last season. It's a long time. Huh? When you look at those years like that for a football player, that's a long time. And he sustained some incredible injuries. But also in related news, the Niners released quarterback Josh Johnson and tight end Daniel Helm today while signing wide receiver Andy Jones, whose 11 career catches came with the 2018 Detroit Lions. So Andy's coming in to be camp meat. But Helm's release opens up a spot in the George Kittle-led tight end room. So, the 49ers, when they're doing things, there's always a method to the madness, right? Because Helm, I wasn't really another guy that I just I mean, I look at the other guys we got, and I think, who is he? What is he going to do? Because Jordan Reed retired in April, I don't know what the 49ers intended because didn't you ask the question, when are they going to sign Jordan Reed? Everybody kept asking that question. And somebody even said, when I was having my my now notorious arguments on Twitter, I said, look, man, you know what? I like Kyle Pitts. I'm sorry. Ronbo, we already got Jordan Reed. Why do you need Kyle Pitts? I don't see nowhere where they signed Jordan Reed. I was right. And then Jordan Reed left. So, as I say, even though I was on my knees that night before the draft praying for Kyle Pitts, Niners did sign an undrafted free agent, Josh Peterson, who, by the way, is the son of former Eagles coach Don Peterson. Ross Dwelly and Charlie Warner returned as Kittle's backups. Walker said in December while appearing on the Pat McAfee show, quote, I've been telling teams I'm chilling. I'm taking this time off to let my body heal, and they know what I can do. I'll come back next year strong, faster, healthier. So that's the plan. Guys like Delaney Walker, you have to take them seriously, don't you? You know what? I was one of those dudes. T.O. came back. I'm Terrell Owens. Terrell was begging Kyle 2 years ago to come let him play. We didn't have no premier wide receivers. I said, why not? I mean, we already seen him outrunning people on the videos he likes to do. So, and you look at the body, T.O. looks like he's got about a 5% body fat, So it ain't like he ain't in shape. Come on, coach. Of course, they ignored that, and they kept on going. But, fam, here's what I'm thinking. The Niners are more serious about a veteran tight end than they most likely are Julio Jones. By the way, the momentum is picking up with Seattle. Vegas has them as a top runner to get Jones. I don't know how in the hell they're going to do it. And I don't know what they're smoking in Vegas, but yeah, their name's on top of the list. As Emilio said yesterday, let him sign Jones. He ain't gonna do nothing but get hurt. Let him put that void on their team. And that way they can have Jamal Adams and Julio sitting on the bench. Would that be hilarious? Even though I'd lose it laughing. I say, hey, fam, look at this. Look at Jones. Here we are in Seattle, just a few weeks into the season, and Jones is going to have nothing to do with the outcome of this contest. Because I do not want Russell Wilson to have no added targets. You know what, though? Honestly, as a 49er fan, we're supposed to welcome any challenge we get and look at it as just nothing more than something to do. That don't mean a damn thing. Bring Julio on over there. In fact, you get all the help you can get, Hawks, because the 49ers is running on all 8. We got a 12. 49ers running all 12 cylinders, man, we'll kick your ass. That's just the way it is. Get ready to get used to that while you post it up. Russell Wilson's record against the 49ers is blah, 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 blah. Don't mean a damn thing. It's 2021. Yeah, this whole situation begs the question of, does this mean the 49ers don't plan on expanding Ross Dwelly's role with the 49ers offense? What about Chucky Warner? Has he demonstrated the potential to contribute after a full season or not? Or is this just a rational want to increase the talent level at tight end to pair with Mrs. Kittle's baby boy, George? Sometimes I amuse myself using that term. How many Zach Ertz fans do we have here today? I was let me look over here for a second. I noticed. Okay, T12W give Philadelphia 2022 fourth round pick in 2023, seventh round pick for Zach Ertz. Him and Kittle would be super dirty together. Because Ertz may just need to change the scenery and a little motivation to add that juice, that bounce back in his stride. Because Ertz looked like ass last year. Well, yeah, was that last year? Chris Q. Walker predates Niner Gang. He is Tony Montana. Tony Montana Gang. That's right. Ray Jr., what's up? I'm ready to see this team dominating and taking over. Let's go, Niners. Ross Cardenas. Walker is done. Great, but too old. a lot of people are going to have to feel that way. He actually is 37, so you got to be realistic about it. Is that an age you want to take a football player at tight end that's been injured a number of times? Mr. 16 Downey, Montana. What's up, Brother Ronbo? Checking in from the 818 as always. Much love. Bang, bang. Atlanta gang. What's up, Downey? So, fam, that's, I have mixed emotions. I don't know that he's been sitting back relaxing. Maybe he is feeling like Superman, you just wonder. 49ers are going to find out tomorrow. They're going to be the judge of that, and we'll see what they come up with as a decision as we go immediately to our phone and say, Papa. Papa's got a brand new dragon. Papa D.
Hey, Ronbo, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Even your chair rocking. That's a sensitive mic.
All right. Get my headset ready. Finally. Oh. Boy, it's heating up out there. Heating up out there.
Summer's gonna be blasting.
At least Vegas is making a stink is heating up out there. They played the same Mac Jones game with everybody until about 5 minutes before the pick.
I really wish Vegas would take breaks on certain things involving the 49ers. They're really irritating. I ain't trying to hear nothing about Julio Jones going to Seattle. And the first thing they put up as soon as I open up, boing. Oh, hell no. What? How? So anyway, let's not talk about that.
Anyway, let's talk about Delaney Walker.
Yeah.
Delaney Walker, my man, still lives out here with us in Nashville.
Is that right?
And
you see him every now and then?
Every now and then, yeah. Absolutely. Right. It's funny, most people don't recognize him. Like if you're like a hardcore 49ers fan, you recognize him.
Of course.
Yeah, he like people will say, "Can you take a picture?" And he'll be like, "Yeah." And it's like the flash is right there. Just keep the setting. Take a picture of me and my girl. And he'd be like, "These are people ask me to take pictures of me." I'm like, "Welcome to Nashville, bro."
All right. Sounds like a friendly town.
Yeah. No, it's pretty laid back. Like my wife ran into Randy Quaid in Kroger the other day. She asked him for directions. Right. We run into him a lot. We run into Jeff Jarrett a lot. He lives in their town.
Cool. You're in
time.
Nashville. That's the country music capital of the world. And entertainment-wise, you got to have a lot of celebrities rolling around there.
You do. You really do. And I see why they roll around because, like, a lot of people just kind of, treat them as ordinary people. But, the last time I saw Delaney was a couple months ago, I think. From a couple months ago down around the Broadway area. Mm-hmm. And I think, like I said, when I saw him, he's always looked good. He doesn't, like if you, like I know Jerome Bettis, and like Jerome Bettis, poor guy, it's just like every step is his last. But Delaney still looks good. Yeah, Delaney still looks real good, honestly. Right. That's my claim to fame. My claim to fame is, I was in the same football division in high school as Jerome Bettis. So,
And he looks like the bus now, too, from what you're saying. I've seen him on TV.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
I like Delaney Walker, but the reality is that he is 36 years old.
37.
And
he will be.
30. No, he's 36, soon to be 37. 37 in August, I think.
Right. Yeah. The 49ers played their first exhibition game at Delaney's birthday will have passed. Yeah, 37.
Yeah, exactly. Obviously, I've been kind of campaigning for Zach Ertz just to try to get a solid number 2 in there, just because it's not. Here's my problem. This is my big problem. Our highest paid running back is a fullback. Is Juice, and I just don't. I don't know if that's the good old boy hookup. I just don't know if that's the good old boy hookup. Or, he deserves the money because he only plays about 30% of the snaps. So I just keep thinking, as much money as they pay him, shouldn't he be playing H-back and tight end? And, he should be doing a little bit more, in my opinion. At least I would have.
But Papa, you know what, though? Just to give you a little bit of perspective on that, McDaniel says him and Juice are close. think he is going to get a little more duties allocated his way this year. Well, we got to wait and see, but it seems like Juice is all pumped about that fact. So I think you might be onto something there that may actually be in the works.
I hope so. I hope so because I like Ross Willie, but I mean I think he's a solid number 3.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not sure if he's a solid 2, but I think that he's like on his last year of his contract, and then the kid they picked up that they drafted a couple drafts ago, I forget his
Charlie
name,
Warner.
which is bad.
Charlie Warner.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know about him at all.
We've not seen any of Charlie Warner though, Papa. I wonder sometimes in the 49ers, when you look back at Richie James is a better football player than he's being treated as. That's why I don't know. You mentioned the good old boy thing. It may take on a whole new persona in our locker room. I don't know sometimes what's going on there.
I'm not trying to say it like that, but it's just as fans we only see so much, so we don't see what's on the inside. And they don't do hard knocks.
Yeah,
they don't do hard knocks. They close off a lot of the practices. There's like so many little things going on that we just don't know. Like Jawan Jennings, he's been tearing it up at OTAs, and then they were talking about like having him play tight end at some point. So it's really interesting.
Has he got enough in his pants to be tight end though? He's big. I don't know if he's heavy though, and he lost some weight according to what they're saying.
Shannon Sharp is Hall of Fame tight end. He was 6'2", 229 pounds.
Oh, okay.
And he was a beast. I mean, it's all about how you play. Like Delaney Walker's only 6 foot and 230.
But
but he is
out. Yeah.
Oh, he's fast too, and he returns kicks. So it's like I was devastated. I felt like, remember that one year when we let Prime Time and Ricky Waters walk? That's what I felt like when they let Delaney Walker go, because there was a portion of the offense. Because it was a portion of the offense that was really tough to defend. So I don't know. I just don't know. I really don't. I don't know if it's posturing for Delaney Walker to try to get himself a starting gig, because he's probably got a better chance to start back here than Titans myself. Yeah. But I guess we'll see. We didn't draft your boy, so we didn't draft your boy.
I know. Bob, we ran out of time just that quick. You know what? We'll be back tomorrow for the reports from Grant Cohn and the gang about what's going on in camp. I tell you, I look so forward to this, and mainly because Grant is starting the show with all he's going to tell you that he don't like.
No, I'm with him. I mean, trust me, I know he likes Delaney Walker, but he's still Delaney Walker 36, man. I don't know, dude. I just don't know. I don't know.
We're going to find out.
I know we're going to find out.
I look forward to hearing from you tomorrow, too. All right, fam.
All right, Ronbo. Hit that like.
Thanks.
Yeah.
All right. It was Papa Dragon. I know I've been around Tennessee. Been at Delaney and Company. Robert Slavin, thanks for checking in. Ronbo from the 559 area, Fresno, California. Yeah. Hey, by the way, I just realized sometimes you got to be careful what you say. When I made the reference to good old boy, I wasn't speaking of your typical good old boy. I meant that in the realm of clique. If there's, can't imagine the 49ers locker room being cliquish in any way, or even management. I think when they look at the players, that's why we got the family aura that goes on in the 49ers locker room. So I didn't mean that in that way. I was taking off of what Papa
it's clicky.
said.
Yeah, it's clicky.
All right. Okay. It's a big show. Big show. Uh-oh. Okay, see that? That must be the other big show. I got to be careful. I read it first this time. Show! Your alter ego just shot another dart at you. Hey, Marion!
What up?
Marion, man, they're thinking about bringing back part of Tony Montana's game, possibly. And do you notice the 49ers, while everybody else is talking about get this dude, and get this dude, 49ers, Julio, be damned, they're looking at tight ends right and left. I was just noticing.
Man, Grant Cohn ain't got nothing on Ronbo.
No, Grant is my hero too, though. Grant makes me laugh. It used to be that I used to get upset with everybody else because it seemed like he was so negative. But Grant is high time entertainment because he has no problem telling you how he feels about a player. And if it's nasty, he'll tell you, and he's not scared. And I take him seriously. I said, Grant, okay. Sometimes he's almost right on a lot of things too. Every now and then he's all the way off, but still. So.
Well, Jack begs to differ.
Oh, I thought it was it's Jack on the phone.
No, you got everybody on the phone, man.
I know,
You're talking to everybody.
Jack,
like you got a three-way call this month.
Jack, hold on, okay. Marion, okay, go ahead, Marion.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm like,
I should have known that wasn't you. Jack always is very assertive when he speaks. I should have known that had to be Jack. Nobody else but Jack talks like that. Marion, come on in, man.
I just say in and shut the hell up. I just tell me all day. Yeah.
Marion, what do you think about the tight ends rolling through, and how serious are the 49ers to get them a tight end? And they're going to get one of these vets. Rest assured, they ain't playing. They're going to go through all these guys, and shortly, they're going to make up their mind. But somebody who's been in the NFL for a while at tight end is getting ready to put on a 49er uniform for 2021. I can see that right now.
Sound excited, huh? You sound excited about this.
I'm kind of, because I wanted Jordan Reed back, and Jordan's head is just migrating him to death. He just said, man, I'm done with this. So, I wanted to see him and George Kittle together.
I just saw he retired, and I didn't know that. Listen, after the Super Bowl and after the draft, I kind of get away from sports, take some time off. But what are our options besides Delaney Walker that we're looking at to maybe signing?
Well, they got his partner, McCole Pruitt. None of the other names really make you crazy. They seem like they're good ball players. They're veterans. They know the game like the back of their hand, which is what I think Kyle is really interested in here. Somebody who can say a couple of words to, and they'll go out on the field and they'll take it from there, ad lib, and do whatever they need to do to get it done. A lot like Jordan Reed was last year. Jordan Reed played some great football for the short amount of time he was out there. You could see the measure between a veteran of his caliber and somebody else we may have on our roster at that room that's not named George Kittle, right? So Kyle wants that back again because he realizes what George Kittle and Jordan Reed would have been like together. Unbelievable. But, we know what happened there.
Well, I look at it this way. If Tim Tebow can get a job here in Jacksonville, and I try not to curse there, but if that mofo could been at least for 9 years and get a job in Jacksonville, then I'm quite certain that Delaney Walker could get a 1-year contract.
You would think so.
I'm pretty certain of that.
Even for no other reason than
you
that.
Would think.
Agreed.
You would think. I mean, because Tim Tebow was trash when he was at Florida, but he was disguised to look like the messiah of college football. They got to the pros, we really saw who Tim Tebow was, if I'm not lying. Now he took 9 years off, been on ESPN, SEC.
Playing baseball.
Network, playing baseball, married, he finally lost his virginity, got married and stuff. But he got an opportunity.
I forgot about that.
These are facts. These are facts, okay?
That you remember to throw that in there is hilarious. I think he lied, Marion. I think he lied. He was never a VIRGIN.
I'm going to tell you this right now. If you at Florida and you ain't hitting nothing at Florida, no, I ain't going for that.
I
ain't going for that. Even, hey, look, I know we off topic.
Yeah.
It's a rumor that I'm going to go and say it here. It's a rumor that Urban Meyer left Florida. It was his wife saying, hey, either you go or I go. Because it was, That's how I was in Florida. But that's
I thought you were ready to tell me that Tim slept with Urban's wife. Okay, you know what?
No, that was
the jury
Jimbo Fisher
not
wife
consider that
messing with
statement?
that was Jimbo Fisher wife messing with Florida State players. But Florida players. But I mean, hey man, if Delaney Walker could block, he's in shape or whatnot, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I mean, we should have addressed this position in the draft. We didn't. We should have addressed the. Well, I don't know if we did or not. I'm sorry because I've been out the loop. I know we didn't address the receiver position.
Yeah.
So if we did address tight end position, I didn't pay attention. But
no, we didn't. Marion,
we did okay.
Well, looks like we're gonna run out of time.
Man, Marion, shut your stuttering ass up. You don't want none of Jack, baby.
Come on, Jack, don't be impolite.
What did you say? What did you say, Jack?
He was just playing. All right, man.
What's up, Jack? What's going on, Jack?
Jack, come on, Jack. Man, I'm gonna see you tomorrow after we find out what's going on in camp from the local beat writers. All right. Appreciate you, fam.
Cool.
Yeah, now that you're back, I'm glad to hear it too. So this way we keep you in the loop.
Yeah, I'll be back in July.
All right.
with a training camp.
All right,
take it easy, man.
Have a great night.
All right, Jack. Take it easy, Jack.
Jack, good God, Jack. Why you want to jump on Marion, man?
I gotta let these boys know when they talk about when they put my name on their mouth, man. Don't put my name in your goddamn mouth.
No.
Unless you know what you're talking about.
He said Tebow, not you. We know
No,
you're not.
and originally he said something about me, so I gotta let that motherfucker know what I'm talking about. All I'm saying is,
Jack. Okay. Go ahead.
Hey, I got no issues with this dude. I don't even know this dude like I don't know half of you dudes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm original caller like my boy Trez. You know what I'm saying? We just trying to put our input in and get out. That's all we trying to do. But you guys got the goddamn nerve to talk about us.
Jack,
so we got to say, hey, you can't. I'm not a sucker though, Ronbo. I'm not a sucker, man.
And I know this. I just want you to get to the point because we're going to run out of time in a minute.
All I'm saying is, listen, we got the right tools to make it happen. All we need to do is let it flow. If the Seahawks get
Jones,
the wide receiver from Atlanta Falcons, let them get it. We ain't scared. See, everybody thinks we're scared. All we're gonna do is make him get earlier injured. That's all we're going to do because he's injury prone. People keep forgetting how great Verrett is to make a wide receiver. He shut down Hopkins, who's 6 foot damn near 3.
Yeah.
What is he going to do with Julio Jones? He's going to shut his ass down and make him injured.
Jack, that's a good point because Julio cannot run faster than D-Hop. No, he can run a little faster, but Verrett can run fast. He's been clocked at that same 20-something miles an hour.
And
so
guess what?
You got
guess
a
what?
point
Ambry, and I'm sorry for calling him Cambry on draft day because I was shocked too. But hey, Ambry, hey,
4-3.
That's the motherfucking dog right there.
4-3.
That's another dog, hog, and bullfrog. Who was the dog, hog, and bullfrog, Ronbo?
Yeah,
that was the lineman. I said the lineman was the dog. The running back was a hog, and Ambry was a motherfucking hog. So listen, everybody, y'all take it easy.
Easy, Jack. We got youngsters. All right, Jack, production got you. All right, Jack, I'm sorry. Hey, chill, Phil.
Hey, Ronbo.
Phil.
Well, I got to follow that. Wow.
I know, Jack's. He's had a couple of beverages. Okay. Anyway, hey, Phil. I don't know. You may have noticed it a while back. I think maybe a lot of people have. I remember saying something about Zach Ertz, and another one of my Twitter battles that I got shot down. And looks like the 49ers are on that path. Phil, what's the motivation behind working so hard? You got Charlie Warner, you've got Dwelly, you've got the guys. Why do the 49ers so badly? No, go ahead.
Here's my guess. The Niners don't leave any stone unturned.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's true.
They want to know what's on the heap in case they get injuries to bring a guy from the scrap heap up, right? So they're going to check out everybody. That's the way the Niners operate. They don't leave a stone unturned. And I applaud that. I think the Niners are more prepared than any other team in the NFL. And that's what they do. If there's a guy that's out there, they're going to take a look at him. And if he's, somebody that they could pull up off the scrap heap, if there's injuries, they'll do so. But they'll know ahead of time from the workouts who's good and who's not. So I wouldn't put too much into it, seriously. I think Kyle likes Dwelly, and Dwelly's bulked up a little bit, so maybe he's a better blocker than what he has been in the past. I don't know. But you know what? I just think the Niners are just doing all their due diligence, and I applaud that. So don't make too much of it. I wouldn't.
Yeah, that's a good point, and you're right. Because if there's anybody available, how did they know about Delaney Walker? Did he put himself on a? I don't know how they even thought of him.
No,
I found amazing.
What he did was he made a workout tape and sent it out to all 32 teams.
Okay.
And so the Niners are saying, "Okay, come on out here. We'll take a look at you."
We'll take a look. Okay.
Yeah. And Delaney sat out last year on purpose to get his body well.
Oh, yeah.
And so he did a workout tape. He sent it out to all the teams. And some teams are taking a look at him. Some teams aren't. Just the way it works. So I'm not playing too much into this.
Would you vote for the return of Delaney, though? Does that interest you at all?
If he can play, like Kyle said, we're always trying to improve our team. If he can improve our team and beat out one of the two guys that are there, he's not going to beat out Kittle, obviously.
Well, no.
So be it. Yeah. So, I mean, that's the way the Niners are operating, and that's what I like about this team, is that they're always looking to improve the team. They're always trying to get better, and they're not resting on their laurels.
And they shouldn't.
Although their laurels last year wasn't very good, but the year before was pretty good.
God, it was bad. Whew.
Yeah.
Can't wait to get over that.
The injury bug.
Yeah.
But I think that's what they're also doing. They're looking at guys that are going to be sitting out there that they may, Kittle goes down. Who can we get as a receiver at tight end off the scrap heap and bring in? So, that's what they're going to do. They're going to look at everybody. Cost them nothing.
There's really nothing out there to even emulate or pretend to be anything like George Kittle. George Kittle is effective in the run game, the passing game, the intimidation game.
He's blocker.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Tight end.
How do you? If George, when
he's
he goes
probably
down,
the best all-around tight end in the game right now.
Absolutely.
Because Kelsey's not a great blocker.
Nah, he's all about his flash.
All the tight ends have their down thing, except for Kittle.
Wow,
he can run after the catch. He can run patterns. He can block. He's one of the best blocking tight ends. Gronk is the closest thing, but he's old and pretty much done.
Yeah.
But no, I think George is the best tight end in football. But we'll find out tomorrow as cuts get happening and the second round of free agency starts. I think we're in a good position.
Right. Phil, tomorrow's going to be
tomorrow's the day.
Dramatic.
It'll be a busy day tomorrow. Very busy.
Yeah.
So, I would look for the Niners to maybe pluck a player or two off the free agent market to fill their roster and better the team. But
which is wonder they picked
maybe
up Andy. What's his name today? Who is that? They just
nobody knows. Nobody knows, and I think it's just the whole thing is they wanted to get rid of a quarterback because they don't have enough snaps.
So goodbye,
to fill
Jones.
All
and you knew he was going to be the guy.
That they have.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's the first guy, but there's going to be two more probably that are going to be gone.
First.
So,
yeah.
But you got to have, practice fodder, and so they bring in a wide receiver as practice fodder until they can replace him. Mm-hmm. It doesn't cost them anything, right? These contracts that they're signing are not guaranteed, and if they get cut, they're done.
That's into that.
So
can you imagine coming in on the? Phil, we're gonna see you tomorrow on probably what's gonna be the most dramatic day of the week. I can't wait.
Tomorrow's going to be an interesting day, I think, and we'll see what happens.
Can't wait.
But with the Niners cap space, I think they're a player, to improve the team.
Not to mention the latest reports from Matt Miyoko and company. Notice I didn't say anything about Grant.
What was with Grant? He had a bunch of kids on his show, and he had a round table with a bunch of 12 or 13-year-olds. I swear to God. I mean, it was. Can he get anybody better than that? Oh man!
Leave him alone, Phil.
All right, Ronbo.
That's my guy. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, later.
Bye, fam.
Bye.
Oh, gosh, bye. Yeah. Hey, and this must be the real big show because big shows. I won't say what happened there because it'll give it away for the other guy. Is Ronbo dollar store shopping doesn't improve our team. Sean, my feelings hurt. I shop at the dollar store. If I need socks or something, there's nothing wrong with that. Hey, Johnny John, the Ultimate Niner Report. Come on in, John.
Ronbo.
John, man, it's been quietly flowing the whole time all around us. And the 49ers, it's been said they're doing their due diligence, but I do think the 49ers really, really want to get a vet tight end. Big Show's talking about dollar store people, but I'm thinking the 49ers want to get something they can afford. They can actually make a contribution. It's like what anybody does. I need another car. I got my Maserati, but I don't want to drive it every day, so I need to get another car. It needs to be a minimum price just to get me to go from A to B on a daily basis. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking maybe the 49ers are all on that page. What are you thinking?
One thing that Kyle Shanahan gets criticized, besides a wide receiver, he cannot find that number 3 guy, is the number 2 tight end. Because one thing that I have noticed is that Kyle Shanahan, runs the 21 offense. Mm-hmm. So he needs a second tight end. And one of the things that I do agree is that, if you can't find and develop a young guy like Ross Dwelly, I like him, but I don't know if he's a guy that Kyle Shanahan, can develop, and fit that mold to, have 2 tight end sets. Because I think he really likes having 2 tight ends compared to having 3 wide receivers. So when I look at, Delaney Walker, who's 36 years old, he technically hasn't played like a full season since 2017. Mm-hmm. He's also 36 years old. Mm-hmm. And of course, he was drafted with the 49ers. He was the number 2 guy right behind Vernon Davis. Mm-hmm. He had some great success with Tennessee, but you don't want to get someone, that old. And then of course, how good is he after missing a lot of time? And I don't mean just like one season, but a lot of time. Because in 2018, he played 1 game. In 2019, he missed a lot of games too, and then he opted out. So he technically hasn't played consistently since technically 2017. Yeah. Zach Ertz is a very interesting player. He's under contract, so we may have to trade, and we talk about Julio Jones, what will Philadelphia want to take? So that's another issue. Now, we don't know,
John, one question. John, one question. You may know about this. Okay, it's rumored that Philly is going to let Ertz go. Now, do you have to give a compensation pick if you pick him up, I would think, right?
That's a really good question. Like if Zach Ertz is cut, like basically they cut him, that's easy for San Francisco. They just call his agent and sign him to a very team-friendly deal. But if they have to trade for him, that's going to be the problem. I don't know what Philadelphia would take, but I don't think he's worth a first-round pick. But
yeah. Oh, no, he's
Zach
not
Ertz,
a first-round
that's
pick. But a compensatory pick, I was wondering. Maybe you don't – if they cut him, they did that. then that means, no, you don't have to give a compensatory pick. Compensate him for what? That was their choice. I think if Ertz gets cut, there's going to be a bidding war for him.
Yeah, and then pivoting to that situation, like there's going to be wide receivers that are going to get cut as well that the 49ers don't have to reach. Like Julio Jones, wherever he wants to go, that's it. That's his decision. If he does come to San Francisco, that's going to be another, conversation. But at the end of the day, to be very simple, Kyle Shanahan is looking for that number 2 wide receiver, I think, over a number 2 tight end compared to a number 3 wide receiver. So it's a very interesting what happens. What's going to happen tomorrow. Yeah.
I agree. I don't think they could care less about Julio. Like you're saying, Kyle's looking for that elusive guy that's going to put the glue back in his 21 personnel. You're right. That's a very important point, too. That's exactly why. We haven't ran 2 tight end sets, and Kyle was dying to do it last year. I mean, I know he was chomping at the bit to unleash Kittle and Reed at this. And we missed it. Never got to see it.
Yeah, because just imagine if, last year if Kittle and Reed were on that same field, that would have been a scary thing to watch against, the teams. Because, like, Nick Mullins had a really good, when Reed was on the field, Mullins played really good. When Reed was not there, he played really bad. Yeah. And, that crazy catch against the Saints where Reed, it was a bad ball, and he just, caught that ball. Like, it really shows you, imagine if Garoppolo had, Reed and Kittle, in 2020, that would have been very scary. So I think that, no matter what happens, if we get that number 2 tight end, I think our offense is going to be more scarier than having maybe like Julio or OBJ, because then, when they run that personnel, the defense has to account, which tight end is going to be guarding and which tight end is going to be catching, which is going to open up the receivers, and Ayuk could benefit from that, or Debo can benefit from that.
It'll affect the entire offense. Now you've got that added octane that you wouldn't have ordinarily. That's why you're so right. And Kyle knows it. He's just got to find it. I don't know if Delaney's the answer, but, man, Ertz is going to be too expensive.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So we'll see what happens, because I personally want to see Ertz, because he's only 29 years old. He was a very dangerous tight end when Wentz was healthy. Just imagine Garoppolo having Ertz, with Kittle. That would be a very scary thing. And one thing about Kittle, one thing about Garoppolo, he loves using his tight end.
Mm-hmm. Man, we're going to find out. Because the 49ers are probably they're serious about getting him in there as soon as possible, so they can get to work with him, whomever that is going to be. So, yeah, John, we're going to know soon. Tell you what, let's see you tomorrow after the reviews come in and all the poo-poo hits the fan with these extra guys running around the B-side. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, Ronbo, and I want to say something really quickly. Yeah, I saw that Grant show where he has some 12-year-old kids. I'm like, what the heck is Grant doing? But, that's Grant for you. Like I said, I don't see eye to eye with that dude, but at the end of the day, I respect what he does. Yeah. That's why his channel is blowing up. But anyway, thanks, Ronbo, as always. Thanks. And, of course, just like Norm, Niners all day.
Thanks, fam. We'll talk at you shortly. All right. Night, John.
All right.
Ronbo, what's going on, brother?
D, man, trying to figure out the mystery that is known as the red and gold. Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch, what are they up to now? Because they've been looking at tight ends the whole time. While everybody else is worried about Julio, John and Kyle have been saying, we got to get into the tight end here so we can run that 21 personnel, buddy. Who do you got in mind? Well, I'm looking at Helm. Okay, Helm's done. Okay, we're looking at, how about this Pruitt guy, man? Maybe he can come in. He's got the veteran moxie we're looking for. Delaney Walker. Did you get that tape from him? No. I'll look at it. All right, let's call him in for a workout. You know, I think these guys, they are hell bent. I got to feel they're really serious about this, D. What are you making of this situation? Phil just said that they're just doing their due diligence, but I think they're on an agenda here. I think they're seriously looking for a tight end.
Yeah, well, what kills me is we let Josh Johnson go for some dude named Andy Jones. No one knows who this guy is. That's why it's just a camp body. I don't even know why he was signed. Like sometimes when we sign people, I look like, what are we doing and why did we do it? Like the stupidity level is it's like you're filling holes and it looks dumb.
You gotta have 90-something guys, maybe more this year, right? So.
I think maybe so. But as far as bringing Delaney back, if he's healthy, yeah. I mean, why not? You know, it'd be nice, you know, to have him back. And if he can return to form, that'd be great. But he hasn't necessarily been the healthiest the past couple of years.
And
then opting out due to COVID. Like, it's good your body doesn't wind up getting the mileage, but at the end of the day, you know, it still doesn't.
Takes you out of tune.
There's not really. Yeah, you kind of wind up being out of whack there. It's like Tim Tebow. We all know he got that job just based off the fact that him and Urban Meyer are best friends.
Buddies.
So,
drinking buddies.
There ain't nobody else going to give him no dang job as no tight end. You've been out the league for almost 6 years. Yeah, like, bro, come on now. But I honestly think that when it comes to that, yeah, I agree with the last caller. Yeah, you're probably going to run that 21 personnel a little bit more. It's, you know, Julio's a little too rich for their blood right now. And if they don't, you know, find somebody that's going to give them some kind of assurance for that number 3 spot, yeah, they could bring in, you know, a veteran tight end to be able to, you know, trot out there if they need to give Kittle a little bit of a rest or, you know, they want to run a double tight end set or something like that. That's all. It all depends. But I honestly feel like it's still going to be a good situation for us regardless. We all know who's going to really make the squad. We can look at this you know, this roster right now and tell, okay, this guy will be here, this guy won't. So, I mean, it is what it is. It makes me laugh when we sign no names because I'm like, that has to be Kyle, you know, because there's no, like, who runs out and signs some dude named Andy Jones that nobody knows about? And then you think about it, it's like, yeah, Kyle.
Mrs. Jones' mom might have called. Maybe she knows Kyle or John. You know, I mean, I don't know how these connections. I've never heard that. He's had 18 catches in total in the NFL. I think that's what I read. He got them all. No, 11 catches, and he got them with Detroit some time ago. So I don't really know what that's about either. So other than camp body.
Yeah, he's pretty much a camp body. That's about it. Right now, man, these Lakers are getting destroyed. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
I saw that right now. They're losing 87 to 61. They're getting murdered.
Who's killing them?
Yeah, Phoenix.
That's the second time. Yeah, that's domination. Yeah. They can't beat them. Yeah, so.
Yeah, they're getting killed. But us, we'll be fine. I think if we put Delaney on the squad, as long as the time off helps because it doesn't, you know, you lose the wear and tear on your body. And, you know, if he's good enough, your body, it's muscle memory. You build that football callus, you get back into the groove of things. And I think that he would definitely be an asset. If he comes back and he's fully healthy, oh, yeah, we are 100% good on that. I have no worries as far as that's concerned because Delaney, when he was with us, he was good. That's how he got the money with Tennessee.
I know, right?
So,
bothered me when he left because, no. We can't have both.
Yeah.
You know, because it's all between him and Vernon.
And then he left, and Vernon kind of went on a downhill, you know, spiral after that. Unfortunately, he started having injuries and whatnot. And, you know.
That too much speed hamstring situation, as they all get. Vernon was fast, and you can't run fast and keep a hamstring.
And I think he had a back issue, too.
It wasn't like Jalen Hurd bad, but it did bother him a bit.
Yeah, it did. It did bother him. It wasn't Jalen Hurd bad, you're right, but it did bother him because I think he got like a free ring going over there to Denver when they won.
I know. Oh no, Vernon didn't have nothing to do with that.
Hey, look, man, I'll take the free ring. You know,
everybody would.
I'm all right with that. Everybody would. I mean, hey, but
it just
we'll
feels
be
so better.
fine.
It just feels so much better if you're instrumental in achieving it. You know, it's hard to run around because know when your boys see you. Hey, Ronbo, man, y'all won that Super Bowl, huh? What you wearing that ring for? You didn't have nothing to do with it. You know, here come the dudes, man.
Man, look, I'd be laughing in their face. Everybody gets a ring, even the bench warmer. So yes, I had everything to do with it. You know what I did? I made sure Von Miller didn't sweat. I made sure he wasn't thirsty.
Yep.
You know, I made sure Coach was good. I dumped the Gatorade on Coach. I had everything to do with that. You know. And by the way, everybody out there, don't freak out. The Seahawks are not going to get Julio Jones.
I know, Vegas.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Not at all.
All right, fam. Tomorrow's
all right,
going to be
Ronbo.
all kind of drama. Oh, thanks for dropping that info on me, too. I'm going to get on to it today, too. All right, fam.
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. All right. Have a good evening.
You, too. And... And yeah, we're back. Hey, and Goldfish, listen, why would anybody think that I was flip-flopping? I didn't say anything about, I really get a kick out of that. Nobody said anything bad about Ross Dwelly. I'm questioning why the coaches did. If you listen carefully, nobody's flip-flopping on Dwelly. Hey, Emilio!
What's happening?
Emilio, man, I was like paying attention to the running backs and all the stuff we was getting, thinking the 49ers had a serious plan having to do that's going to change the system a little bit with running backs. And then, of course, Julio's done made everybody lose their damn mind, right? Meanwhile, the 49ers have been constantly looking at tight ends, right? And then that's why I said, you look at Charlie Warner, we just drafted him. Everybody said he was a great blocking tight end, that he used to be a wide receiver, so you know he can catch the ball, right? And then there's Ross Dwelly, he's been a steady guy since last 3 years, right? So, you know, I would say the 49ers are steadily calling in tight ends. You know, Peterson, I don't know anything about him other than the fact he's Coach Peterson's son. Helm, they just cut him today, so I guess they had enough of him. The 49ers, and actually, John pointed out something there. Kyle has not actually been confident in running 21 personnel as he used to with what he has. So maybe that's why they're looking. And if we watch Jordan Reed again this year, it was on. But Reed, of course, left. And so Kyle's back on the lookout for an inexpensive veteran tight end. I suspect what everything you've heard tonight is probably true. But what are you thinking?
Oh no, maybe I think we would have kept Reed for another year. I think it's just more of a big body thing because you got to think about it. Usually, when our biggest problem with scoring is always the red zone, and it's been like that for years. I don't understand why. I can never get why. I don't see why we can't score in the red zone. That's like our hardest, the biggest issue all the time. Is always trying to score in the red zone. I'm thinking maybe if we do bring back Delaney, even though it's more of trying to have more big bodies out there, be able to fight for the ball, especially if you just toss it up, for a couple yards, try to get the touchdown in the red zone. That's what I'm thinking is what it is.
That's why Jalen Hurd is so valuable. Big Salad, throw a tomato in your mouth. Shut up. Emilio, that's what I'm saying. Jalen Hurd is the guy that they're talking about for that because the boy is brutal when he goes up for a catch. He's actually probably better than Kittle. But you know what? You're right. We do need somebody big in that red zone situation.
I don't know. Maybe they're just trying to see what he can do with Delaney. I don't know. Like I said, I like Dwelly, but he's more of a more in the open field type kind of tight end.
Yeah.
You got to think about it. So is Kittle. Kittle does work in the red zone, but he's more if it's open field. He does his thing. So I think that's the kind of thing we need is more of tight end that does work in the red zone can do a whole lot. Usually that's your biggest threat is the tight end in the end zone. I mean in the red zone, but
yeah, because
like
Gronk made a living doing that.
So I think that's what they're looking for. Like I said, Reed worked out, but a lot of the times he had drop passes and him always trying to complain every time he got he didn't get the ball. Or
but
he
you
was
got to
blaming
give
the quarterback when it was his
you got to give him
fault.
credit
I'm
though,
like,
because
come on, dude.
I mean, Nick just would not.
I mean, I get that.
Big as he was,
there was times. There was a few times that it was his fault, and he wanted to blame Mullins. And then you got to think about, dude, come on, dude. You're yelling at Mullins. You already know he's not
because
the number one starting quarterback.
Right.
Dude. You got to relax, dude. But
and that's why he's yelling at him.
But that was just like, it would have been cool if we would have had him for another year, give him a better shot with Jimmy. And, now we got Trey, he would have had a better shot, with one of these quarterbacks. But now it's just like, well, he retired and said forget it. So, like, the best thing we got to do now is move on to the next big thing. So,
Well,
yeah. So.
We got some big guys, and Jamal Jennings continues to look good. We're going to find out tomorrow. I need to see him do 4 or 5 camps in a row where the reporters say nothing but good things about him. That means he is seriously up and coming. He would be nice.
I mean,
He's
it's
aggressive.
cool to me. It's cool to listen to the reporters, but some of that stuff
it is
doesn't
practice.
really mean
Ain't no
anything.
pads.
It's like you can play like dog crap in practice and then ball out in the game. So that is just
true. There's a lot of guys like that.
So yeah, like I said, the year Jimmy threw the 5 picks. Oh, hey, Jimmy's horrible. Get him out of here.
Oh, they went nuts. They're still talking about that.
And they're still
Some
going to
people are
talk about
still
that.
talking
not
about
that.
that.
People still talk about it. Even on the chat right now, they're talking about one of these sea chickens is over here. She talking about, oh, Jimmy's horrible. I'm like, dude, whatever, dude.
Yeah. Russell Wilson tried to equal that last year for a 5-game stretch, led in INTs.
I'll say myself, Russell Wilson is better than Jimmy, but at the same time, Russell's only had one hit wonder. He hasn't done anything else. He keeps trying. He wants out of there. They haven't done anything to improve that team this offseason. So what do the Seahawks want? As a matter of fact, what was funny? Now bringing that up, I was listening to Mayoko's podcast earlier, and he was talking about I forgot where he was at, but he said a 49er and Seahawk was arguing, and guess who was defending Russell Wilson?
The 49er?
Yeah. And which was the funny part. That was the funny part. And he's telling me the story. Talking about the Seahawks fan was talking about Russell Wilson's horrible. He's crap. All he does is run around. He was, I guess the 49er fan was like, dude, he's running around trying to extend the play. Well, yeah, he runs around to get sacked. I'm like, well, even the Seahawks fan is talking about his baddest quarterback. I'm like, well, to me, I can tell you, Russell Wilson is better, but, hey, each his own.
But you know what, though? The fans will turn on their quarterback a lot of times faster than outside people. In fact, fans of teams feel like they have a right to talk bad about their players. They'll say bad things about somebody said something bad about a player. Oh, there was a dude, he was through with the Jets. I was after Ronnie Blair left. He said, I'm through with the Jets. If they can't do no better than that, I'm done with the Jets. I'm reading what he said. Do you know anything about Ronnie Blair? What are you doing? What are you talking about? I didn't say nothing to him because I don't feel like I need to get into an argument with a Jet fan. But still, y'all ain't been beating nobody.
Some players don't. Like I said, I don't know.
God.
Some of us do it on here. Talking about they want to turn on the team, but it's just you got to realize what you're getting, dude. What do these guys put up with and deal with all season long?
Yeah.
Some of these guys have great years, and then all of a sudden they fall off, and all of a sudden they bounce back.
Well, and also you just learn about people who have really bad judgment. Just an idiot. So it's just stupid things. So I was laughing. I said, here's a guy that's got a lot of vacuum space in his football knowledge. Let's just ignore him, So, anyway, guys, the clock ticked out. Let me see tomorrow. It's going to be a fun day tomorrow because we're going to find out the opinions of the guys running around out there trying to get a job.
Yeah. Things are, like I said, waiting to see what's going on. Heard a couple of things, looking at what's going on. But I guess OTA is mandatory now for 6 weeks or something now?
Yeah. I don't know about that, but I know they'll be out there tomorrow.
Or mandatory OTA is coming up or something like that is coming up.
Next phase, yeah. All right, fam. I'm going to see you tomorrow.
All right. I'll have it. You have a good night.
You too, Emilio. Oh, here he is. Rudy's finally made his first appearance. Rams reloaded, and Stafford is ready to roll. That's his moniker for today. Shout out my Niner bro, Tommy Huxley. Seahawks and Niners signing former Rams Everett Ibukum, and Seattle hiring away Ram coaches to run their offense, Ram culture. I have no idea. If anybody understands what he is talking about, please interpret that and put it in there for us. Hey, and the harsh truth, I was hoping to sign Randolph when many let him go. Oh, God, that would have been God. Would have been a big boost to give Jimmy a dual TE threat like when he was in New England. Did Randolph end up? Didn't he end up with Belichick? Because Belichick's got a dual tight end situation going over there, like unreal. That is where he went, isn't it? The harsh truth, thanks for that contribution. Hey, guys, thanks for those contributions. Eric, come on in, Eric.
What's up, Ronbo?
Eric, man, we're looking at the search, the continued search for tight ends. Are we going to get one? And, hey, Eric, you know what? Here's a question for you, too. If we don't get a veteran tight end like Kyle is so hard trying to do, who's going to be that guy? Kyle's going to do it no matter what this year. He's going to run at 21 personnel. Is Ross Dwelly, does he have the capability? Is Peterson going to be somebody special? Is it Charlie Warner time? What are you thinking?
I mean, the other day we were talking, and I said Ross Dwelly was going to be the one that was going to make a difference, and all of a sudden, they're trying to grab another guy.
Yeah. So does it make you wonder, is Ross pressing the guys for that role? Why do they want a veteran tight end so badly? He's not going to be on the field all day, but he's going to be put in for specific reasons, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know why they would want to grab another tight end. Maybe he's just a camp body. I don't know. I mean, he's a veteran, though. I don't think they would do that to him. Although they would do it to Jordan Matthews, though.
Yeah, and Matthews was legit. He needed a little more time to get back into the game because you can tell he had been out for a while. But that guy's a natural. He's too many concussions. He's gone. So that dream is over. So I'm not sure what they're going to do.
I mean, couldn't they just play Hurd at tight end?
See, I like that idea. If you don't like Dwelly, then use Hurd. If you're looking for somebody that's a little more athletic or whatever the case may be, yeah, Jalen Hurd's the guy. Hurd's going to be that guy that you could plug into about 3 different places. We got 2 OWs in that case. Because when you think about it, you could also use Juice in that role, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think our tight ends are pretty good right now. I mean, I think Ross Dwelly is still. I think he's getting better. I don't. Maybe they know more than we do. I don't know. Well, obviously, they probably know more than we do.
Dwelly's good.
I don't know. I wouldn't know.
They want that Pro Bowler. I guess.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what the other guys do, they're going to be designated backups. It's hard to make the call on this to see exactly. It's hard to try to even begin to think. You can think like Kyle Shanahan, right? So I have no idea, but I do know we're going to hear some more names before this is over for the search for the tight end. So,
you think maybe he's a possible backup for Juice, just in case?
And then there's that, right? Juice goes down. He's went down every year for at least 2-3 weeks, whatever, right? So, yeah, we don't want to have to.
Didn't he play fullback?
Juice?
Didn't Delaney Walker play fullback back in 2012?
I think so. Now that you mention
Didn't we line him up at fullback in the
because
Super Bowl year? I think
he has that capability because we're talking about a guy who can run back punts. So you're right.
Yeah, I remember seeing him lead blocking a lot.
Yeah, he's just a strong dude. So yeah, you gotta use it for that. So, Yeah, you're right, and there's that aspect too. When George goes down, you don't want to have that complete drop off in talent. So that's why you're going to look for the best that's available.
Yeah, maybe he's probably going to play both positions, tight end and fullback.
Because Kittle, Juice may miss some time as well. He has had that happen to him a couple of times as well. 49ers are trying to fill all those little mistakes that have, down through the years, every time we lose somebody falls out of the lineup, suddenly we're floating and we're getting our butt kicked because of that one player. 49ers are making sure that didn't happen this year. Look at all those running backs, quality running backs too. Eric, man, wide receivers, we got a house full. I don't know what effect. I don't even want to play with this. If you lose Debo and Ayuk, what do? What if they both pull up lame at the same time? They'll be back in a couple of weeks, but what do we do for those next 2 weeks?
And it seems like that happens every year too.
Almost.
I mean, remember back in 2019, like during the Seahawks game, the first one we lost?
Yeah.
We had
Sanders
no receivers that game.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then this year, week 1, this year, week 1, and then everyone was gone. It was Kendrick Bourne playing wide receiver number 1. Mm-hmm. We were like, the receivers are fine. Yeah. Jimmy had no one to throw to.
That's why the 49ers are trying to shore up every position with the highest quality they can get as a backup. Man, it is rough.
Yeah, and it seems like they do that with their defense too. Especially with edge rushers, they try to get the best possible ones, that they can get.
I'm looking at some guy named Hilliard right now that if something should happen to Fred, I can't wait to see this guy Hilliard. When they put his name in the same sentence with Fred Warner, I said, really? He's that good? Okay. Let's see. Preseason, Eric, is going to be unreal. I can't see these guys we don't know anything about. That's what they're going to be on display. Because right now, all we can do is hear about what's going on in practice or whatever. But, Yeah,
I can't wait. I can't wait till preseason. Can't wait till preseason.
Man. We'll find out. I've never heard of Hilliard.
Yep.
And,
I don't think anyone has.
Yeah, So I'm with the 49ers find these people, but you know what? The 5th round, everybody comes in. Ronnie Blair was a 5th round pick, although that wasn't Kyle though. Yeah, okay. Blair was picked up by Trent Baalke. I have a knack to pick out good players in the 5th round as well. I just don't get any credit for it. You 49er fans are always hacking me and trolling me. But the thing is, a lot of your great players right now are guys that I put on this roster that you give Kyle Shanahan credit for. So, this is why I saw Ronnie Blair win the 5th round. I just realized Ronnie Blair's not John Lynch. We'll find out. Anyway, all right, fam. Hey, we'll find out tomorrow, Eric. What's up? We'll see. I'm looking for you then.
All right.
All right, fam.
Night. All right, Ronbo. Later.
Night. Hey, Coach! He said Warner is slated to be Juice's backup at halfback, at fullback. He can block like a bulldozer. Well, that answers that question about Delaney Walker, doesn't it? Thanks, Coach. That makes sense too, because I heard about Warner. D-Flow!
What's up, Ronbo?
D-Flow, man. We are.
How's it going?
Yeah, he's just checking out, trying to figure out. Hey, D-Flow, you could like burn brain cells out trying to keep up with Lynch and Shanahan's thinking, right? Because they're rolling all over the place. All everybody's talking about is Julio Jones. Julio.
Well,
And the 49ers.
Julio is the man, though.
I know, but the thing is, the 49ers don't seem to be interested. Of course, again, when they are interested, they don't say anything, right? But every time you look up, they're looking at tight ends. I said, wait a minute. While we're on this page, the 49ers ain't on this page. Or if they are, they're not letting anybody know what they're doing. So I'm like, what is this bringing in Delaney Walker? Really?
I think the main reason why they're bringing in another tight end because besides Kittle and Ross, there's nobody else who can catch. Like there's no other threat to our receiver. And not only like in the past couple of years, Kittle's been getting injured.
I know, every year.
And Ross Dwelly, all he needs to do is practice on his blocking, because if it wasn't for him not blocking, he would literally be out of Shanahan's doghouse. And I don't know, for some reason, I don't know what bringing in another injured player is going to help solve the team. And is he going to stay healthy with this training staff that we have? You know,
right?
It's just mind-boggling. Like, why bring another injured player who has injured history?
They roll the dice.
36 years old.
I'm 37 in August. And D-Flow, I think they just roll the dice on this. They're just hoping, keeping their fingers crossed.
You know what they got to do? We've been doing that since we had the other crappy-ass GM rolling the dice. And look how far that went. You know? So they gotta start playing another game because dice ain't for them. You know, they keep on crapping out, especially with all the injury stuff that they have. Come on, dude. It's ridiculous.
It just won't stop. Last year I got to the point. I said we're gonna have 2 injuries. I was thinking to myself because we're averaging 2 injuries a week, and at the end of the season, we had more than 2 injuries. When you average it out, we had $84 million. How many guys did we lose last year? And we only played 16 games. Man. God.
And we're going 17. And we're going 17, so we're going to bring another injured player.
Damn.
And basically, you know, his body's not recovering like he's in the early 20s or mid 20s. This guy's in his late 30s.
Yeah.
You know, it's called not for long for a reason. You know, the NFL. That's why everybody wants to go small.
Yeah. But you know what they say? Charlie Warner can catch, though, D-Flow. You know, because he was a wide receiver before he even became a tight end, right?
So was Dwally. Dwally was the leading receiver, I think, in San Diego State.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the leading wide receiver. So basically, he knows about double teams. He knows about bracket coverage. And not only that, Dwally, I don't think he's ever dropped the ball yet, if I can recall.
No,
and you know, every time Dwally's number gets called,
he does the number.
He steps up. But I think what it is Kittle gets hurt, so that means Ross has to step up more. So who's gonna fill in? Because like last year too, Jordan Reed was good. It was a good gamble, but he got hurt too. You know, he's coming off an injury career for the past couple of years. They rolled the dice on him, and look how that went. So to get another Delaney,
another guy like that,
it doesn't make sense.
D-Flow, I'm convinced, though, it had more to do with the New York Jets' brand new stadium that they, for some reason, decided to relay that stadium minutes before the 49ers arrived.
Oh, yeah,
if we don't start the season off in that stupid stadium, I think it's a whole different year. Nick doesn't get hurt.
No, I agree. But it's just, you know, injuries is injuries. We still can't, you know, it happens. So, but the one thing that I would say is, everybody wanted a quarterback. If we would have got Kyle Pitts, he's a slot receiver and a tight end.
And Burnley.
I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there because he's no average tight end. You know, he's a tight end, but he's mostly on the slot position and out wide. So basically, that covers your slot. If you would have had Pitts and then he go in, you can put him in the line.
Because everybody predicts he's going to be a receiver. You're right.
No, yeah, he's gonna be like a Hernandez from the Patriots.
Yep. So
he's gonna be like him. He's gonna be out. You know, they're gonna have a Gronk on the line. Kittle could have been on the line, and you put him on the slot. But for tight end, we do need a tight end. That's why I was like, I really wanted Pitts because we need another tight end. Because if Kittle goes down, Dwally is in the doghouse as of right now with Kyle Shanahan. That's probably why he bulked up, so he can block.
Shanahan probably told him to.
You know?
I know, right?
Yeah, because so if Kittle gets down, who do we got?
I know.
Because don't forget, everybody knows Shanahan's doghouse is real. It all started with his dad, and he's following like his dad.
And he puts a lock and padlock on that, too, as soon as he closes that door on that ass, too. So, you know.
Hey, but isn't Kyle Rudolph still available, though?
No, I think, didn't he go to the Patriots? The Patriots picked up 2 premier tight ends over the offseason. Wasn't Rudolph one of them?
I don't think they got Rudolph. I don't think it was Rudolph.
I'm guessing. I forgot who they picked up.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't Rudolph.
All right. I don't know.
Wasn't it the guy from San Diego? They got the guy from San Diego, right?
Yeah.
And they got the guy from Tennessee?
Oh.
Or was it Tennessee or so? Or something like that. They got.
Yeah,
But I think Rudolph is available though. Like I would look into him. I'm pretty sure Eagles are going to release Ertz.
If he hasn't picked up yet, that is strange. How old is Rudolph?
That's why he's 29, I think. He's
that's
way
not
younger
too old
than
for a tight end.
But I think what it is that the Niners want discounts. Like exactly
right?
what you're saying. They want to roll the dice, take gambles, and they want to see if they can strike. They got lucky with Jason Verrett.
Yeah.
And Sherman. But other than that, like they never no other players.
Rudolph was with the Giants, according to Horatio Flores. Thanks, Horatio. D-Flo, we go.
With the Giants?
Yeah, he's with the Giants. I tell you what, tomorrow's going to be too much fun. I can't wait to see what happens with players and reports out of camp. So we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Eagles. I'm pretty sure no suitors are gonna get Ertz, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna release him. I will watch out for that.
So because they have to.
And I don't know if I'm like all this time. Like we always talk about like injured players, drafting injured players, torn ACLs, and all this. And Delaney's a beast, though. He plays halfback, but he hasn't. The best ability is availability, and so far he hasn't been available to play.
Line.
And that's why I just don't get it.
Yeah, we'll find out. He hasn't made the team yet, so we're gonna see what happens. All right, fam.
No, he hasn't made the team, but I'm talking about for tryout.
And then he's even out there. I know.
Why? Like,
right.
Yeah, like it's good to try him out, see if he can still do it. Though, but then again,
all right, fam. Really gotta go. I'll look for you tomorrow. All right. Night, D-Flo.
All right, Ronbo.
Yeah. All right.
Bye-bye.
All right, man. Bye. Hey, Robert, come on in.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Robert, man, we're putting the puzzle together as to what the 49ers are doing, especially after hearing Delaney Walker. It's so funny because all the other names that come into camp paid no mind, and all of a sudden you see D. Walker coming in for what? A look-see? Really? And then that's what I said, wait a minute. 49ers are trying their best to find a tight end, but they don't want to pay too much money, like D-Flo would just say. Delaney Walker's not going to be expensive. You can get in for vet minimum. Some of these other guys are calling in. They're not going to get as paid as much as the rookies probably. But can they play? Can they contribute? Can they help? Because you never know, right? So, because you look at UDFAs, who knew Mostert was going to be, or a guy that's going to set a record in the playoffs for ground yardage? So you never know, right? Mm-hmm. So Robert, what do you think about the tight end situation? Because quite frankly, the 49ers are not looking at Julio Jones. The 49ers are looking for a T.E.
I told you once before, Ronbo, we wanted to run more 21 personnel.
Yeah, and you were right.
You got to look at the big picture. They added an extra game to the season. Yes, he's been injured in the past, but one of my big pet peeves that I've been noticing, a lot of people throw around this word injury prone. Everybody, D Ford is injury prone. That's what you call prone. Now, a couple injuries, like I'm hoping Kyle Shanahan is looking at this deeper than what the average fan is. You see a player with a couple injuries.
He better be.
And he's injury prone. He's injury prone. Now you have to look at the type of injury, the player personally, his attitude to getting back from an injury, his work ethic, and how often does this player get injured? Like if a player has one or two injuries, and he missed one or two games, you got to realize the game of football, people get hurt.
Yeah. A lot of people don't realize that.
So if you turn away from a player every time he get hurt, he had an injury in the past. Like people, I heard a couple callers holler, Julio's injury prone. No, he's not.
He's fast.
He had injuries. Yeah, he had injuries through his whole season, his whole career. Only a couple of seasons, and our tight end situation. I think we're trying to, create depth. I think a lot of the callers, on point with the fact that the talent level falls off substantially when you get past Dwelly. We really don't know anything about about these other people.
Peterson.
Charlie Warner. We don't know. We don't have much info on these guys. Potential, but we know what we're getting. So I feel like they want to get at least 3 what they consider elite tight ends that can play, and that way we can save Kittle, and we not, and you don't want to put players on the field and you automatically know what this guy is gonna do. Like, we couldn't run 21 personnel with Dwelly and Kittle on the field because you knew that Dwelly was going out for a pass. Yeah, so you couldn't do this. So that may be the reason why Dwelly came back looking as big as he did. He has to prove himself. But until he proves himself, we ain't going to put all our eggs in that basket, and he hadn't proved himself just because he looked bigger. That don't mean he can block now.
And they got to bring somebody to compete anyway.
When you can take a defensive, a tight end, move him to the backfield, or slide him out to a slot, hey, now you're changing up the game. You keep the defense guessing. And that's what Kyle Shanahan's looking at.
And you're going to have respect for that big name. That's exactly right, Robert, because Dwelly may do a job and may be equal to whomever we're bringing in, but the defense is not going to respect that. They're going to double down on Kittle no matter what. Exactly. True.
This is chess, not checkers. A lot of us playing checkers. We just thinking about one move ahead. Now we got a longer season than usual. So
I know it's scary.
Y'all calm down. It's a method to the madness.
Always.
You got to trust the coach.
And I think we got a break in week
and
6.
Trust guys.
Right? I think. See, that's again a bad position for that break. Now you got 11 games to try to stay.
You got 11 games to go.
Yeah. Oh man.
And we can't control. We can only control what we can control. So like I heard a couple callers a while back say, we lose certain people every year. This position gets slim when Kittle goes out. Kittle misses a game. Well, it'll be better to be able to rest Kittle to keep him from getting injured versus him getting injured and him having to sit out 2 games.
Because Robert, when Kittle goes out, it shows immediately. Somebody else could go out and it looks like they're okay. They'll be fine. They can handle this. But when George goes out, it seems to affect the whole game, the whole offense. So, we're going to see, though. Because,
I don't know about Julio, though. This one might be after. That may be, we may be moving on. They went and got another Jones, so we shut up, I guess.
Andy. Andy Jones.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, let's go, Andy. That tells us something, too, about Jalen Hurts, though. Because they don't really, go after another wide receiver. We may have one in-house.
Yeah. So. Maybe James ready. Because I can't wait to see preseason. Watch Andy Jones just put on a clinic. And then we're all going to be sitting there saying, remember that day we was laughing about Andy Jones? Shoot, Andy Jones, that dude just made the team.
Julio who?
We got the right Jones.
Right.
Because you never know. I don't know. It's just strange.
It's football.
Yeah. Oh, can't wait.
But,
anyway,
I heard a lot.
Go ahead.
Hey, y'all have a good night, though, Ronbo. I'm going to get back in here.
Hey, appreciate you, fam.
Get back in the chat and give the ops hell.
Yeah, because, the chat is going crazy. All right, fam. We'll see you tomorrow. Looking forward to it, Robert.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
As a matter of fact, speaking of the chat, the most outrageous said, Seahawks Raid has championed the ability to be a complete jerk, as he says, you guys are paying Kittle as if he were Travis Kelce. Pissed me off, but I had to laugh. Get him, guys. Get Seahawks Rain. Do not let up, okay? The dude is so far out of line, I can't believe it. Hey, Alice! God dang, Seahawks Rain. What am I? Buccaneers.
Ronbo, can you give me a few minutes here?
Can do. You know this. All right. Be back.
Thank you.
All right. Hey, Tony. Tony from Atlanta. Get on in here, Tony. Or should I say Tony via Ohio, the Falcon fan. Tony.
Mr. Ronbo.
Tony, we're
how's
having
your
fun.
evening?
Oh, I tell you what, you know what's so funny, because you being from Ohio, one of the guys that really hates, who's that really hates the Buckeyes? It made me laugh so hard. I said, how do you, oh, no. The guy I'm thinking about is from Alabama who hates the Crimson Tide. You know, some of the premier college clubs in America, you would think in a town setting that everybody would fall for the college club, not necessarily the pro club, but the college club. How do you feel about the Buckeyes?
Hey, Ronbo, I'm from Hammond, Indiana, near Chicago, Hammond.
Oh, okay. So we got your ID says, okay. You're Indiana.
Yeah,
so you like Georgia?
I moved here and I met my wife here.
Oh, okay. And you've been there ever since. Love has a way of.
Sir, I can't stand the Scarlet and Gray. I can't stand them. I think they're a dirty program. I think they get away with murder.
Who's your favorite college club?
You're not going to believe I like Florida State.
Right. I can believe that.
The great team. Remember the great Bobby Bowden in the 90s? The domination in the 90s? I love Florida State.
Yeah. And speaking of Bobby's, remember the NBA, remember the college coach, Bobby, what's Bobby's name? He used to be the most.
In football?
Basketball. Bobby what?
Bobby Knight.
You know, I had put together a comedy tape of Bobby Knight's antics on the sideline. You know, he is one of my all-time favorite college coaches because the dude there's some insanity there. I still always like, you know, if anybody ever tests Bobby Knight to see if he's okay, I guarantee you he's not going to pass a psychological evaluation.
Oh, no.
Knight's throwing chairs out on the floor while the players are running up and down the floor. That's dangerous. Knight doesn't care. The referees are running at him at 100 miles an hour. Knight's not even running. I said, this is crazy. Bobby Knight is.
Yes, sir.
That's not a well man. Let's get back on football, though. Hey, now, Julio, the rumors are picking up about Julio on his way to the a lot of us have gotten to the point now we're hoping Julio does find his way to Seattle. That way, you know, we'll know what we're dealing with. Have you
Where
heard
are they going to get the draft pick?
Well,
Where are they going to get the draft pick?
The media,
and they don't have the money.
And Vegas says they're a front runner to pick him up. So you know what, Tony, I think Julio ends up staying in Atlanta.
Well, I would love that. It's kind of quiet on the home front now. Being in June 1st, it might pick up tomorrow, but I would love it if he stayed, man. And it'd be a lot of Falcons fans that's got to eat crow if he does stay, because, you know, I just don't like how they turned on him, because he's still my favorite player, and I'm going to root for him no matter who he plays for, just not against the Falcons.
Mm-hmm. I was just talking about that, how fans, some of a player's worst fans are going to be his own fans. You know, that's just the way it works.
Yeah. I'm like, no wonder he wants to leave. That's part of the reason. You know what I mean? I don't see Seattle, Ronbo. I don't see it.
I don't think the writers do either. They're just making that stuff up. And, you know, Kendrick Bourne went over to the Patriotville and said, man, 49er fans, he said pretty much they suck, and Patriot fans are just the glorious people in the world.
Kendrick Bourne said that?
Not in the same words, but he does. You know what? Kendrick Bourne got attacked on Twitter so bad one night. I was sitting there looking at it, and Twitter says, all right, next person says something to me disrespectful, I'm gonna start the biggest block party. Kendrick they were just attacking Kendrick like crazy. I don't know what was being said because I didn't go over and get involved in the dog pile. I just saw that tweet from him. I said, damn, what are they saying to Kendrick? Big Show, I know you was involved with that, too.
I thought they liked him.
You know,
he was always making those third down passes. Yeah.
I know, right? One of the best in the league. Kendrick had two camps. People who really liked him and people who really did not like him. That was all. There was no in between. I was a huge Kendrick fan.
But you know what though, Ronbo? Like I said in this one guy's named Big Low Country. I was typing in his blog tonight for the Atlanta Falcons. I said that's why they call a lot of you guys. You know what fan means? It's short for fanatic. Because a lot of you are fanatics acting like this. And I told them.
You know, people have high expectations sometimes, and if you don't, I always put myself in the play. Tony, you played ball or been an athlete, right? I always can relate to the players. I can't feel that rage and hatred toward temper. There's no such thing as perfection in sport. Everybody's going to have a moment or two or lots. It just depends on the dedication and the attitude of that player. If he picks himself up and tries to improve himself, I'm going to be on his side because I know what that's like. But to just hate that guy unbelievably for forever for a single mistake
one of the all-time greats, Ronbo. One of the all-time greats. Just because he wants to leave. Who was the last receiver to have a 300-yard game? It was Julio. It's only happened 7 times. Yeah. Julio has the most 220-plus yard games in NFL history. Have they forgotten about that? How many yards did Julio have in 2019? Over 1,400. How about 2018? Over 1,400. 2017? Over 1,500. Yet they keep forgetting.
He set the standard. Julio set the standard. There's not. You put him almost in the same class with Jerry Rice and some of the other greats of all time. You just can't call him anything but great. You know, Julio is an absolute terror. So, I
understand their hurt and their pain. I understand, but you got to move on from it. Okay, he's leaving. Let's go with what we got. He doesn't want to be here, and move on and wish him well.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know where he's going to end up. But you know what? You actually, and I think I'm kidding. You can't keep Julio. You got to have some money. Is there no other place the Falcons could go to cut fat?
Unless they do Grady Jarrett, Dante Fowler, we would still have to cut 2 starters to keep them. So I don't see it happening. I'm just wondering about the Philadelphia Eagles with all those draft picks. But Julio ain't gonna want to go there.
I found out. About that. Yeah, he has a choice to where he's going. Right? He isn't it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Was San Francisco one of those teams?
Nobody's mentioned that. He's not mentioned that. We hear about conversations with him and Russell.
One of the teams.
Yeah, because what's his name over there? A.J. Brown.
A.J. Brown.
Brown had me.
They don't have cap.
God, that video he did is funny. But go ahead. They don't have any draft picks.
Oh, you saw the video with him working out with Derek?
No. When he was petitioning.
Derrick Henry.
Yeah, well, he's petitioning to get Julio to come there.
Oh yeah, I saw that. They only have $3.5 million under the cap, so I don't think they're gonna be able to.
Can't afford it. And like you're saying, they got to get rid of somebody important on the roster that's got making a lot of money. So, or a couple of guys maybe.
But you know what? I still think you guys can get them if, let's say, if you guys gave us a second this year. I mean, a second for 2022 and a second for 2023. That might do it.
That's a lot of years. That's what it comes down to. But it would be a deal, though, Tony. I'm going to go, and we'll be back tomorrow. It should be funny on a lot of different clubs tomorrow. June 2nd. Here we go.
And I heard you talking about Rudy. So I was watching NFL Network a little bit before you called. Man, LaDainian Tomlinson, he on the bandwagon with the Rams now talking about they're going to go to the NFC Championship. I'm like, here we go. You and I talked about that the other day. Matthew Stafford in his arm.
Yeah. But we'll see. Tony, I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, God.
Stay tuned.
Yes, indeed. God.
Take care, sir.
You too. I don't know how the Rams are getting picked by so many people. Danian, what's up, man? Is it? Hey, Mr. Block Eyes 22. Walker could give leadership to the young players. Delaney will be good for us. He had a 2 TD game against Atlanta. Give him a chance. Jennings will get wide receiver number 3. And you know what? When the dust settles, you watch. pretty much, I agree, Mr. Blockhouse. That's probably what's going to end up happening. Because you're looking, Dwelly, you have to be really good to unseat him because of the fact if he knows the offense too well, he's been through it too much. Whoever veteran comes in, he's going to have to really kick some butt. Jordan Reed knew the offense. He's already been through it with Shanahan. But anybody else coming in, they're going to be lost for a minute. Meanwhile, Dwelly's going to be getting snaps. Hey, Tommy!
Yo!
Tommy, man, we're sitting here contemplating more than our navel tonight. We're looking at Kyle Shanahan and the guys calling in Delaney Walker. Are they serious? And this thing about tight ends, we've got theories on that. One of them has to do with wanting to run 21 personnel. That's a popular one. And also, indeed, if George goes down, and he tends to find a way, because the guy plays hard, he throws his body out on every single play, and that does make him susceptible to the injuries he gets, right? So you may miss George a game or two or seven, whatever. You want that talent level to stay up there, though, so we can continue to compete. What if George goes down in week 12 or 13, and we're in a drive? We're somehow tied up with the Rams that everybody thinks is going to win the NFC West. We can't afford to lose the game. I love these scenarios.
Nope.
You know we're going to be in some of them anyway,
Yeah,
too,
exactly.
Tommy. You know. But what do you think's going on with the tight end situation?
I don't know. I thought Delaney Walker retired. That guy's older
I
than
did too.
dirt.
37 in August. I thought he retired.
But you know what? He's got some good hands, and he's a good blocker.
Mm-hmm. Kyle loves both.
And I'm a big fan of Ross the Boss myself. He's got great hands. He never drops a pass.
Yeah, you know, I guess Kyle just doesn't appreciate his blocking. I guess, but I thought he did a pretty good job when he was playing George the juice role that year. I don't know why Kyle. I don't know.
He laid out AD on one play. I mean, he knocked the shit out of Aaron Donald once.
Yeah. And how many guys can brag that? You know, nobody. Except for maybe Brunskill.
Well, I know that Ross Dwelly, his blocking was drastically improved last season. So I'm not sure what's going on here. But like you said, when Kittle is gone, we have less weapons for some reason, and the run game goes to shit.
Yeah. See, George affects that entire offense. That's why when they were trying to pay him, and people said, he's just a tight end. Give him the league. No, George, whatever you know what? He's not just a tight end. No. I don't want him to break the bank, but still. Yeah. Guy's really important.
I don't know about the MVP, but he is the heart and soul of the offense. So, What is he? The top receiver. The run game is dominant with him.
Mm-hmm. Can you imagine getting all that done?
I don't know.
One guy.
I just don't know anything about how Delaney Walker is now.
Well, he's
rested
rested
a
year.
play lately, so I don't.
Yeah. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but he's been off for a year, kicking back, and like he says, he's been chilling. People know what I'm capable of doing. I'm out here. I'm ready, because he's going to end up paying in Seattle if we don't pick him up. You know that, don't you?
Oh, God, don't even say that.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now.
But, I mean, maybe they'll get him on the vet. They'll get him on the vet minimum.
I don't want him out
Possibly.
there helping the blocking assignments, So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we had some cuts today, but nothing really drastic. Would we get rid of Josh Johnson for the second time?
Put him on speed dial. Him and Dante Johnson, they'll be back.
Oh, we need to get rid of that freaking scrub, man. I cannot stand Dante Johnson.
He's not gonna make the cut. I tell you right, Tommy. I bet money he does make the cut, but he'll be back 4 to 5 weeks later.
And then we got the Ron Jones, obviously.
Andy?
I don't know I don't understand this pick at all. The guy has 80 career receiving yards.
11 catches.
But But that one guy who was saying, he had a really good point about that. Since we have longer games, we're just getting a bunch of depth pieces even at every position. So maybe that's what that is.
Remember that.
And he's not injury prone, but the guy hasn't. He's never targeted. So
are you talking about Andy Jones?
Injured? But he just got.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, how could he get injured? What did he just twisted his ankle and running, going for a lap or something? I don't know.
Or to the locker room. Yeah. So it's a good point. You're not going to get hurt if you're not on the field.
I don't know. Yeah, but he had a lot of great points. So I don't know. It was a pretty uneventful June 1st, to tell you the truth. I thought a lot more would happen.
No, I don't know how the ruling goes, but they always say after the June 1st deadline, teams can make this move in order to benefit from. Why not after June 1st arrives and then start from that point? You have to wait till June 2nd. So if you keep your notifications on all night, you're liable to have your phone waking you up constantly because there's going to be clicks.
Oh, I turned all the notifications off.
Oh,
I just don't want to be bothered with all that beep, beep, beep
all right.
shit.
Any hour. You could be 3 o'clock in the morning and there's John Lynch up and working. What? What is John? How did this get on the wire? As a matter of fact, the beat writers, they're not sleeping either. They got their phone notifications on too. So this is hilarious. And who makes deals at that hour?
I know. I don't know. But I just want to see, all of our rivals cut people. That's what I want to see. But I doubt we're going to see anything interesting.
Hey, tomorrow? Maybe. I think these people are going to be available, right? Yeah, because teams are going to shed salary. I think. Yeah, I think you're going to see people leaving tomorrow. I could be wrong on that, though. Yeah, we'll find out.
It was supposed to happen today, so I think there's going to be more action tomorrow. That's what I would think. So.
Well, apparently, nobody left any team that anybody cared about except for Andy Jones, and we picked him up.
Mm-hmm.
So there it is.
Yeah, I never even heard of him. But I don't think anyone's ever heard of any of the receivers on the Lions. I don't know any.
That's why Matt Stafford left. And why he complained about. Hi, Anne Marie. How you doing?
How are you, love?
Oh, fabulous. Doing fabulous. Tommy and I are sitting here trying to figure out the 49ers. Anne Marie, I bet you have already got your pulse on the finger. Or should I say your finger on the pulse of the 49ers and all their madness?
I can pick all the winners.
And you know what I'm curious about too? Who's your favorite club, football, European football that is? Who's your favorite club? Are you a Manchester United person?
Honestly, I'm a musician. I don't like sports. Anyway.
Don't you love
the
way she
swim, Ronbo? That's about it.
She's not a hooligan, I guess.
I'm not. I like to sing.
I can see. You've got a great voice. I can tell. You like singing? What else?
I like to sing. I like to eat food. I like to watch The Love Boat. Do you like that show?
I've not watched that in a while.
I'm a big fan.
That's a great show, isn't it? It's such a
fantasy.
It's
my favorite.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Stubing just died, so.
I love Gavin. Yes, God. I love The Love Boat and Happy Days. I want to go back to the 70s.
She loved him so much, I started to fall in love with the guy.
The better. Anyways, love, enjoy.
See, Tommy.
Talk to you soon.
All right, Anna Maria.
Yeah.
Have a great night. See, Tommy, you could gain some passion from watching your wifey actually appreciate those programs like they should be appreciated, see?
I know. Mom was like, why do you like this Captain Stubing so much? Oh, yeah, and I watch him. I'm like, oh, he's such a fatherly dude, I guess.
Tom, we got to go. All right, I'll see you later. And, you can fill us in on the latest episode of Love Book tomorrow.
Well, hopefully this will be more news. There's something more interesting than picking up some scrub from the Detroit Lions.
God. And keep working those trolls and make Seahawks reign a special priority. My God, he's.
Oh man, that guy is such a clown, dude. God. I'm gonna break one of my guitars over his head.
I want to hear that noise with it. Pong. All right, fam.
All
I'll see you
right.
tomorrow. Good night, Tommy. Good night, Anna Maria.
Yeah, have a good night.
Hey, night, fam.
Take care.
You too. Hey, let's go check back on. Hey, Ellis. Ellis.
Ronbo.
Ellis,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Yeah, man. We're calling in Scotland Yard and every detective agency, the FBI, trying to figure out 49ers, man. Hey, we're looking at wide receivers. We need a number 3 wide receiver. 49ers, meantime, are looking at every tight end they can that they can get, or as Big Show would say, they're dollar store shopping, but they're constantly calling tight ends. Because you know, it used to be the 49ers were always looking for defensive linemen. Every time you look up, John Lynch was parading 2 to 3 defensive ends or something, or tackles into the facility taking a look at them. And I remember one year, a couple of them made the team. But now, I think this is going to go on all year, too. Any tight end that has any kind of skills, we want you. And that's why I keep wondering, because you got John, you got Charlie, you got Ross Dwelly's solid. Why is this hardcore search for defense? For tight ends? I don't get it. So do you get it?
Well, I mean, it seems like Kyle's probably looking to do something different with the offense, and take the load off of George. So it could be a combination of things. And hopefully he's planning on using Ross more. Hopefully that's what this means, because I know Helm's been he's like been on the team, off the team, on the team, off the team. And was he the one that had to sit down because he had got tested positive for PEDs or something, or was that
who?
somebody else?
Who got tested?
Well, I'm saying, was that Helm, or who was that before that we had? Oh no, that was that rookie kid. That was that other kid. Never mind. Anyway, it seems like maybe there was just something about Helm that, I don't know. Why would Kyle just cut him and then want to try to start looking at Delaney, and then, is Zach Ertz going to be, a candidate as well? I don't know. I'm just. It's. There's been no talks of it, so I wouldn't.
No, but why do you cut Helm today and tomorrow's the second? Okay. You're onto something.
Yeah.
You're onto something that's relevant.
So I don't know. I'm just trying to think, and then with Delaney coming out, maybe they want to see. But Delaney has had a lot of injury history, and I love Delaney Walker. When he first, when he was playing with us, man.
Yeah.
We all know the feeling that we have about Delaney Walker. So I'm not opposed to him coming. I just hope we can, he can come in a real healthy, place in his life, and he's able to, keep himself together. So, we can get, and also he can get the best out of his season, with us, or whatever,
Ellis,
potential
one question,
plans hypothetically could be doing.
Ellis, do you know anything about McCole Pruitt? I don't know. He played also.
I kept remembering seeing Pruitt, and I liked him. I actually think he may be, I don't want to say better than Delaney, but
how much younger is
he's a good target. I couldn't tell you. He's got some significant years, you know what I mean? Younger than Delaney, if I'm not mistaken. But don't quote me on that because I don't know the guy's personal profile. I just remember seeing his name a lot in the highlights between him and that receiver they had out there, that big boy. Was that Brown? Which is it? Which one is that? What's that big receiver from Tennessee that's been out there tearing shit up? Corey Brown?
Corey. The guy I wanted in my draft that year. Corey. What's Corey's last name? Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, but anyway, I'm just,
Davis.
I remember
Davis.
seeing that name Pruitt, and he's a big, Davis, that's right.
Yeah.
He's a big target, Pruitt. So, that could be the fact that they're both coming out, because I've seen Pruitt's name before Delaney, so that's a little strange.
They're both
Kyle's pulling guys from the same team. He's got 2 Raiders players we just got, right? And, we got what? We got that guy from the Panthers, Zach Kerr. We got a couple of other guys. So, but that's defensively, but I'm just, thinking of how Kyle's going and bouncing around, getting players from all these different teams, even to from the team.
And why those players? You know, you know what?
And Andy Jones. Who is Andy Jones?
Nobody knows. We're running an investigation on him.
It looks like special teams. Yeah, special teams, and then wide receivers. So maybe he's just trying to bolster up the, see which one of these guys could be the most effective. On the special teams, because we probably took some losses. I know a couple of guys we don't have anymore on the team that were probably mostly special teams guys. And that guy from the Cardinals that we had, Joe, whatever the hell his name was, that linebacker. So we lost a lot of little different guys. So maybe those are just filler spots. Nobody really, for us to be thinking about, because I never heard of Andy Jones before. Not to say that he might not be somebody that could be effective for us.
And in a few weeks, you'll get over him too, because I don't think Andy's staying. I think he's just in for a few minutes. But yeah, we're going to see some more names like this too. I imagine we have a few people out there now that nobody knew who they were until the 49ers called them in. So
yeah, the silence of the Julio thing is kind of. The fact that we heard absolutely nothing today about Julio, that's kind of crazy, right? On the day we're supposed to be expecting it. So, yeah.
Well, you're going to hear about Julio tomorrow. I got a feeling. I don't know what we're going to hear about Julio tomorrow. We're going to hear something.
Yeah, he'll probably go to the East Coast. That'll be fine, because at least we won't have to worry about dealing with him. And, we're not going to die if we don't have Julio Jones. I'm just saying.
He has a saying.
Everybody else is going to die if we do get him.
I know.
And I was thinking about that before the show. If he does have a choice of his destination, that's crazy that you just said that. Because I was thinking, damn, I wonder if he's got kind of like that choice where he has an option, that, where he kind of,
does.
You know what I mean, can have a say so. If he does, then wow.
He does. I didn't know that.
I
heard that yesterday. So.
Oh, okay, right on. See what happens, fam. Yes, sir.
Because the Eagles have 2 first-round picks they can afford to give up. Most teams don't have that. So if everybody else says, I can give you a 2, and the fans, okay. But then Eagles call up, we got the first and second, give us Julio now. And then Julio says, no, I'm not playing for Philadelphia, man. I told you all about that. I gave you a list of teams I ain't playing for. I can just see it, Julio, give us a break, man. We're doing the best we can here. And then, of course, the argument starts. So.
Yeah, send me where my whole offensive coordinator at, man.
Yeah, I know, right?
and do it expeditiously, man. But yes, sir, brother Ronbo. Thank you as always, man, for the.
Hey.
No, I ain't gonna hold you. Go ahead. What was you gonna say?
No, I'm so glad we don't have any players that are dragging us through the dirt. Even with George last year, I mean, you look at Fred this year. All of our guys, nothing crazy gets in the media. If I'm an owner or a general manager and my laundry's always being hung out for everybody to see, God, that would bug me. I'd be waking up in the middle of the night, he could have came to me. Why did he have to go to the media and give them something to work with? God, Jesus Christ. And I thought we had a trust. I get all sensitive and be all of my feelings. I can see it now. Julio, what's up, man? No, I'm just wondering why you want to do me like that? I thought we had a rapport going,
Yeah. Well, good thing for us, we got guys with class. We don't have to worry about, things getting out to the media, at least leaking like that. And, Julio's fault, man. He's been a long time. He's trying to stay dedicated to Atlanta. So I don't fault him for wanting to get out of there. But as far as with our guys, man, I'm just glad we got some guys that are, maintaining a certain character and want to be Niner for lifers. So, we got to make sure that we do everything we can to, award these guys, because they're, definitely earning of it, deserving of it, especially Fred. So I'm looking forward to seeing what we do.
Yeah. Now I understand the 49ers are trying to get something lined up even before the season starts. So I didn't know they were going to start so soon. But you figured that's what they were going to have to do. So that's good. Hopefully the agents will.
Yeah, because the ticket price is going to go up. So we got to get him. We got to get him before that ticket price goes up, man. If we're playing chess, we got to do it that way.
That's the way you got to work it. All right, Alice. As usual, always great stuff. I'll see you tomorrow for the day of the week. My God, that's gonna be crazy tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Thank you, brother Ronbo, as always, for the platform. Thank you, production, man. Everybody, man. Shout out to the Niner faithful, man. All the good guys in the chat, man. And, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. And, it's Niner for life, man. Peace.
Peace, fam. Night, Ellis. Fam, one thing here is there's Seahawks fans and then there's Seahawks fan. Seahawks fan, don't ever think that we're going to hold you responsible for apologizing for several unsavory people that also root for the Seattle Seahawks. And I want to thank you for that contribution. But, you know, you will always, in my mind, be separate from Seahawks Rain, Joseph Smiley. I don't really, the people of Seattle probably don't appreciate those two either. So I'm not surprised at all. So anyway, thanks very much. And as I say, never, ever be coupled with Joseph Smiley and Seahawks Rain. Don't even worry about it. Guys, please do not give Seahawks fan the same treatment as you do Smiley and Rain. Hey, meanwhile, fam, I'm going to go ahead and take off and go get some. I love to eat after the show. Works up an appetite hanging out. I do give Seahawks Rain the nasty shot of the day. I'm not repeating it, but that was funny. Seahawks Rain, you and Rudy, huh? All right. Fam, hey, tomorrow's going to be the day. I can't wait. Oh, have a great night, fam. And thanks for those likes. And for the contributions tonight, thank you, fam. Sleep tight. Are we getting Julio? Oh, Niners!